Welcome back, everybody. We are at Dusit D2 Nairobi's Den Terrace, and I've got Libby, who before I wasn't sure if I was listening to an artist or like a preacher or like a seeker of truth.
But aren't artists that?
I guess they are.
Look at Nina Simone. She fought for black freedom, but she was a musician.
Yeah, that's true. India Ree as well, I think.
Maya
is a great
Angelou.
testament. But there's so many artists who are like that. But I think there's also, the other artists who are like trap music and
but it's okay.
A different thing. And I just find it...
When you look at music, music has different uses. And we can't all speak the same. We can't have the same voice, then it will become monotonous. So, and I tell people, you can go to shows and get entertained. And that's important because as a wholesome person, you need that. But for me, when you come to my shows, I call them melancholic shows, where we get to cry and feel all gooey and feel okay to feel not okay in that space. And so while you go and get entertained, you can come and cry so that you figure out the mess and then go and get entertained. It's important to have that. So it's okay that other musicians do that. I can't make you dance to save my life.
But you can make me seek meaning and
in
dig
what
deep.
Doesn't make sense.
That's essentially what I was saying. I treasure that. I mean, yes, there's entertainment, it's fun, and I think there's room and there's a time for that. But I really cherish moments where I'm forced to dig a little deeper. And that's why I was like, I don't know if I'm talking to anyway, let's get back into what you were saying before the break, and that is music. You started to understand that it is a weapon. And I think another great example, I think you've mentioned Nina Simone, another great example is Bob Marley. And understanding that it can completely shift a mood and start conversations and start movements. So what has music allowed you to start shaping in the 10 years that you've been in the industry?
I guess I can say the past 2 years is when I really grasped what I had. It's very hard for a musician to find their voice. I think in the 2 years till now is when I found my voice and what I wanted to say. I got into different spaces. So when I look at my journey and realizing that I want to make people understand who they are, but also that entails me looking at the mirror. So I spent so much time doing that and now writing my music. So like the Rise Again, which is the launch event for my song, my debut song, was an event to talk about depression because it was in May. So talking about depression, mourning and loss, talking about closure in relationships, talking about rape. So that's what my music has metamorphosized in, that we can talk about these things, but then I have to dig into that
Do the work, and that can be painful and heart-wrenching.
And that's why I cry. Every single time I perform my songs, because I don't sing people's experiences as such. It comes from my, and I'm getting emotional. It comes from there. So when I sing for you, I have to go back to that space. But it's just this 2 years that now I'm seeing the meat in my music as a weapon to help people heal, to make sense of the mess, to give hope, to speak for those who cannot speak. Like now for Rise Again, because it's people who have gone through rape, to be able to be their voice and represent them wholly and completely.
Oh, man. And we're going to get into Rise Again in just a moment. But before that, I want us to talk about your blog. More Than Beautiful.
Okay.
Yes. So writing, of course, morphed into not just writing music, but writing stories and, posts and sharing. Why was that important for you?
I actually stumbled into blogging, genuinely. My friend and I were plus size. And so we got so frustrated because the standard in the media for what beautiful is skinny with this and this and this, you know. Like even looking at us, we have natural hair on set. This is not normal.
Yeah.
You know.
Wait, is that your hair?
Yes.
No, is that all your hair?
No, it is.
Libby.
I promise.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
is that really all your hair? Oh my god, it is all her hair. What? I was like, no, it's tracks. She's got tracks. That's not. What?
Yes.
Sorry, let's digress for a second. How long have you had this?
14 months since I cut my hair.
Gorgeous. It looks so
Thank
beautiful.
you.
Okay, let's go back. Okay. So standards of beauty, it's not.
It's not. Every form of beauty is beautiful.
Right.
You know, beauty is relative. And that's not what we are shown in the media. So my friend and I just started posting on social media, just to tell girls that you are more than beautiful. You know, beautiful is the benchmark.
Yeah.
And then you are above that.
Yeah.
And then guys were like, no, you need to tell us more. You need to share more. So we're like, okay, let's just start on WordPress. So we just started posting. And then we decided, okay, now we're going to actually do this consistently. Okay. But then it metamorphosized into beauty as a wholesome approach. Not just the physical, because some people walk around with scars, father scars, or your mom wasn't there for you. And that's not beauty, because beauty comes from knowing that you can release the pain of the past and you can live without the holding that weight. And that's beauty, that I can be able to forgive you, that I can see, extend grace, mercy, and love to people. You know, that's beautiful, that I can be there for my people around me, and not feel like we're competing.
Right.
You know, that's beauty. So we started talking about that. We started talking about just life as a wholesome approach with regard to beauty.
Right. I've got to ask this, because even as you're speaking, I'm struck by how layered everything you do is, that it's not just, you know, surface level. It's always deeper, whether it's in music or blogging. Yeah. So I'm curious to know, who are your mentors? Who are the people you look up to and have sort of helped guide you through the different phases of life and the evolution?
I think every season comes with a new mentor.
Yeah.
Consistently, I'd say my parents, and Israel. But in every season, I seem to find someone who wants to take me to the next step. So they're like bridging. There's like a cliff here and a cliff here, and then they become the bridge for me to get the next season. But it's all dependent on how much I submit to them.
Right.
So I find different people. Like last year, I was going through a very tough time with mental health and just feeling like I want to give up on this music because it had taken too long to record Rise Again, and I was just giving up.
Right.
And so my acting director then, Amar Desai, bridged that gap for me and just gave me what I needed to go to the next season. And then you have, sometimes it's even children, because I teach a lot of children. So I spend time with them and they're like, no, teacher, I want this. And then they have such a view about me that half the time I'm just like, no. So they guide me in different ways. So I can't say one specific person.
But like you said, it's about being able to surrender.
Yes. And submit to whomever God has brought at that time to help you figure out the next step.
Oh, I love that. So let's talk about Rise Again. I know that's a song you're about to play for us. Can you share a little bit about why it was important for you to do a song that tackled the issue of rape?
Why not? You know, why speak about things that people hear anytime? If you search on YouTube for a song about rape, very few people have talked about it. Yet when you look at the revolutions of different societies in history, the musicians played a super important role. Even when you're looking at the Bible, you know, when the walls of Jericho were coming down, the musicians were sent first. So they have an important role to play in bringing down shackles. And so for me, rape, because I have been around women who have been raped, and because I'm a woman in Nairobi and in Kenya and in the world, sexual assault is like your daily bread. I was joking with someone coming here. I passed by a stage and I was carrying my guitar, and today I did my hair. I normally have I just look the way I want. So today I'm walking and I'm confident, and then the makangas that were there were saying hi to me. And I said hi to them not because I wanted to, but because I feared the insults they'd give me if I didn't. And that's the kind of life women live. You don't get out of the house and not think, how am I going to get back home? You know, what is the logistical safety procedures for you? You know, men don't think about that. But even for the men, when you look at boys being molested, they don't speak out. So I chose to sing about it because I was tired of sitting on the sidelines and not being able to tell my friends who have been raped, what can I do? You know, I can't be a lawyer, I can't be your doctor. And I have to sit there in silence and I can't find justice for you. So that broke me. Then led me to sing Now Rise Again.
Ooh, baby. Man, I think if you were to ask women to be honest about an encounter that they may have had at a point in their life that was abusive, that took away their dignity, that was a moment where they said no, but that was ignored, I think we'd be surprised by how many women would put their hands up. And boys, and young boys too. So for you to tackle a subject that I know for a fact that many women have to consider all the time. What am I wearing and where am I going?
And who am I with?
And who am I with? As you're walking at night, who's behind me?
Even
what do
during
I
the
have
day.
next to me? Even during the day. The day. So thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. And can we please hear it now?
Yes, please.
Libby, I feel like you've been great for my soul. And I know the music is like why you were here, but I think you've been great for my soul, and I'm sure people watching too
I'm glad.
are resonating so much with what you're sharing.
I'm glad.
So thank you.
You're welcome.
Man, my heart. Okay, Libby's gonna play Rise Again, and then we're gonna bid you farewell. Okay. And we're gonna have Lating on the guitar as well. Thanks, yes. Libby.
I wanted a lollipop, but you wanted more. Soon as I walked in the room, you pinned me on the floor. I was late from work. The street lights were off. Then you grabbed me from the back, said you ripped off my cloth. Please stop, let me go. Oh God, make him stop. Just make him stop. Whoa, won't you please make him stop? See, this space can hear me say no. But do you even understand what that means anymore? You're too blind to see my pain, hardened heart, driven by your desires. You covered my mouth and crippled me with silent whispers. To you, it was just a few seconds. But in those few seconds, you auctioned me to a broken system that finds it easier to crucify me than hold you accountable, insisting that I asked for it, blaming my short skirt or late nights. But if only they understood that misplacing the blame only empowers you. You auctioned me to a system that hides behind religion, defending your name and honor, yet the holy book is centered on justice for the oppressed. See, I know healing is inevitable because the author and perfecter of my faith will restore me to health and he will heal the wounds. But regardless, no one deserves to be raped. So this is me. This is me waging war, and I will not be silenced because I'm no longer your victim. I'm a survivor. I will rise again in spite of all the pain. Whoa, I will rise again in spite of all the pain, I will rise again. No matter what you did, I will rise again, in spite of all the pain. I will rise, I will rise. Said I will rise again.